Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Chillout Cards. Today we are looking at Wilds of Eldraine. Let's just get a little focusing on that. There we go. So, and it's another bundle box. 8, or now with 8 set boosters, so I don't know what it was before. This one's quite a popular set, I believe. A lot of people seem to find it really good, some really good cards, really good art style. I'm assuming from some of the boosters I've gotten before in the past, it's more of a Fairytale theme, which is really cool, and it's my partner's favourite set, whereas mine is more Carved Mana. So only a tale you can tell. Venture into the Worlds of Eldraine with the three and free the kingdoms from a curse of endless slumber. Cast powerful enchantments from Magic's history with Enchanting Tales card in every pack. By using a variety of role tokens, you can even change up the game. Ooh, there we go. And write your own story. Will you be a young hero or wicked? Royal or cursed? In the wilds, destiny is a dream come true. So, yeah, very Fairytale, storybook themed, very cool. I think I've got 1 or 2 cards. I've got at least 1 card in my current Mirko deck, Ginger Brute, which is from the set. Quite useful. Bit of an odd choice, but useful all the same. So, we have, let's just get this focus in. There we go. So we have 20 traditional foil and regular basic lands. We have a nice spin down life counter. Love a good spin down counter. We have 8 12 card set boosters. An Alt-Art Lich Knight's Conquest, and Wilds of Eldraine card box. And products shown in English language, examples only, please check package able for yada yada yada, all that govern. So, let's just come out a little bit. Ooh, too far. Too close. So, Wolds of Eldraine. This took me a little while to get a hold of. Surprisingly, it was more expensive than current booster boxes and bundles. Wasn't quite sure why. Apparently, talking to a friend of mine who is an expert in the field, Wilds of Eldraine has really good cards and really good pulls. So maybe that's why. I was thinking for the added price that maybe it was, I don't know, it had something more in it, or you know, more than just a spin down packs, that sort of thing. Maybe like a coaster or something gimmicky, but no. So, without further ado, oh, there's the top as well. That was cool. Nice little fairies, enchanted woods. Anything on the bottom? No, just you gubbins. So, without further ado, let's get this little bad boy picked up. There we go. Oh, this is gonna be one of those times, isn't it? Give us a take. There we go. Right, let's go away. Oh, also, by the way, I'm filming on another new mat. The Lorcana Tinkerbell one. I don't play Lorcana, but my partner is a big Lorcana Disney fan. Collects the cards just for the sake of their really nice artwork. I've been collecting the Treasure Planet ones because a bit biased there. But this mat I just couldn't say no to. It's a gorgeous mat. You've got the Giant Fairy Tinkerbell, the Lost Boys, the pirate ship. It's just a really nice mat, perfect for Magic the Gathering and any other bits. If I just move it over a little bit, there we go. So, let's see what's inside the Wilds of Eldraine. Yep, nothing else in it. Okay, ooh, okay, so first off, we have Ginger Brute. There we go. Being chased by a wolf. That's the card I've got in my deck. Quite fun. With the improvements they've made, extremely useful, surprisingly. And on the other side, know your role. So we have the young hero. Be brave, be bold, be stupid, and save the realm from evil. A sorcerer, gain the upper hand with your vast arcane wisdom. The royal. Looks like he's about to kick it any moment. Rule the commoners from the safety of your keep. Know your role. In the wilds, everyone has a part to play. Are you cut out for greatness? The wicked. All will tremble before your villainy. Sounds more my speed. The monster. Unleash the beast within and run wild. Or the cursed. Bad luck. Better find a way to remove it. So that's cool. A little baking tray poster. I quite like that. Makes me think of a D&D one-shot where everyone plays like their classes but as gingerbread people. That'd be quite funny. A bit like Honey Heist, I guess. But yeah, I like that. Although I got to admit, while that's cool art, I do like that more. I'd have that as like an A3 poster. So, onto the box. So we have the Crystalline Fairy Queen, I'm guessing. You have to bear with me, I have to manual focus all this because my autofocus doesn't want to play nice on my camera. The Crystallized Fairy Queen, I'm guessing, looking like an apple, similar to Snow White, Evil Queen kind of vibe. You have a nice, lovely crystalline looking Planeswalker. Zoomies. There we go. Crystalline Planeswalker Magic the Gathering symbol. Oh, okay, that's a bit of a shame that there isn't another artwork on there, but I guess it is an older set. And Wolds of Eldraine on the top. So, there we go. So first off, I'll come back to you in a minute. We have the cardboard tokens. So you've got, again, I'm guessing the Evil Queen. There we are, very menacing. And some, I honestly don't know what these are supposed to be. If they're supposed to be, they're too small for dividers, I'm assuming that's what that is, but I don't know, maybe they're supposed to be sort of things as a way of copy, or I don't know. So obviously you got your, I was going to say stun counters, I think they're stun. Ooh, okay, and then you got a close-up of the apple. There we go, very cool. Looks a bit more like a pumpkin actually. Looks more like an eye, a nose, jagged mouth. Not sure if that was intentional or not, but still. Or it could just be like the poison apple from Snow White. More crystalline, Planeswalker, and your +1/+1s. Perfect for any game, so I'll be sure to get those out of the box when I have the time. Anyway, I did remember, or should I say, I remembered that I forgot that in my Carl of Mana video, last one, I forgot to show the dice. So, not that anyone really cares to see the spin down, but it's basically, think of it as a spin down with very bright red, orange kind of colour, and the 2 and the 16 corresponding sides, so I can show you on this one. So 2 there, and then you spin it around and 16 will be there, so basically they'd be non-existent, and therefore you could see through it for a crappy cipher thing on the, you know, on the art thing. It wasn't very good, I will admit. So here we have the Wolds of Eldraine spin down counter. Now I don't think you can see it because of the light, so I'm going to see if I can shed some light on this. There we go, get my torch out. Hey, I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's quite sparkly. Well, it's got a nice purple hue to it. It's very cool. Just tell me what, torch off. There we go. But it is a nice looking die. It's got glitter on the inside, very cool. I did want to use this as a counter die for my Mirko deck, But the die itself was £15, and I thought, you know what? Let's just buy the entire bundle that comes with it and get the cards. Because content and poor financial decisions make a Magic the Gathering player, clearly. But it is a very pretty dice. Very pretty die. What are we going to call it? It's just a shame that the lighting's not fantastic, because then you can't really see the proper majesty of it. And then the 20 is an open book, which is really nice. I like that a lot. That's going in my deck for Mirko. So, as per usual, let's get the usual stuff out of the way. Nothing in there, no, nothing in there. No. Oh, actually. Oh, that's different. So they have a little box inside a box. The urge to make an Inception joke was palpable there, but hardly think anyone would remember that reference. So obviously you get the cards for, I mean, these are based around, I guess, new players and things, so probably Magic format, Standard, Booster Draft, and Commander. Commander is normally what a lot of people play these days. Booster Draft seems quite fun. Used to do that with Yu-Gi-Oh! Back in Yeovil when they did the tournaments years ago. And then Standard, which I think is what MTG Arena does. Anyway, so all the things on your turn, yada yada yada, we've seen it before. Attacking and blocking. And upside down, how to cast spells. There you go. Oh, and down the side of the table that one goes. So, let's get into it. Let's get into it. So, nice and shiny. So we have, there we go, Lich Knight's Conquest. Sorcery, sacrifice any number of artifacts, enchantments and or tokens. Return that many creature cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Oh, that'd be quite good for Mirko, actually. Or any grave reanimation deck. A 4 and 1 black, so 5 mana cost. That's very cool. So we have our shiny plains. Little adventurer guy. He's just a little guy. Adventuring in the woods. And then the alternate art of a nice fairytale forest. Very scenic, very shiny. We like that. And basic lands. It's like a waterfall. Yeah, very nice. There we go. Oh, very ominous. I will apologise for the lighting, it's not the best, but look with what we've got at the moment. It's like an egg, I think. An egg. Yeah. And then swamps, my favourite type of card are swamps. Because they can get murky and dark about it. Foreboding Bog. Reminds me of Bajuka Bog. Land card, to be honest. Oh, no, that's the old art. The other variant. So again, more like Will o' the Wisps. The Foreboding Forest. And then you've got Mountain. Jack and the Beanstalk. And I'm going to say Deep Cavern. Looks like the inside of a volcano, to be honest. But that's cool. And you've got Forest. Again, shiny. Kind of strange though, because I was half expecting the full arts to be in the front, and then the traditional art in the back, but I don't know. Again, more wooded areas. And then... Huh. Let me just check the box. Oh! I tell a lie. This set doesn't have full arts. So maybe that was a more recent thing that they did. Huh. Well, colour me intrigued. You learn something new every day. Anyway. Onto the real gubbins. Boosters. Financial decisions. So, I have no idea who she is, but I know she's an avatar icon on MTG Arena, and I used to have that as a main icon for a while. But it's a nice bit of packaging there. Quite eye-catching. Mysterious. I think we were in, my partner and I were in Bristol? Yes, Bristol, and we decided to pick up some, I was looking for Chillout Cards, and they picked up Wolds of Eldraine in H&B. That was it, because we got the starter kit with the dragons. And, because we like dragons. And we picked up Wolds of Eldraine, and... Oh, starting off strong, we're starting off with an art card. Normally, that's in the back. So... Reminds me of Castle Crashers. There we go. So, the art series, Throne of Eldraine, 55 out of 81. Interesting. So we've got a swamp. Hopeful Vigil. 2 mana cost. When Vigil enters the battlefield, create a 2/2 white knight creature token with vigilance. Oh, it's an enchantment. Okay. When it's put into the graveyard from the battlefield, scry 2. Okay. And then you can sacrifice it, so not bad. Good for building up a board. Bestial Bloodline. Oh, apologies about this one. Right. Come on, behave. There we go. I hold it up there. So, 2 mana cost, enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2, and then for 5, return Bestial Bloodline from your graveyard to your hand. Not bad, good for beefing up those green decks. Red Tooth Genealogist. Creature, 3 cost. When Genealogist enters the battlefield, create a Royal Roll token attached to another target creature you control. If you control another roll on it, put that one into the graveyard. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has ward 1. Some family trees are thornier than others. There we go. May have to look into getting a better camera possibly. Or a better lens, I'm not sure. Curse of the Werefox. Create a monster roll token attached to a target creature you control. When you do, that creature fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. If you control another roll, yada yada yada, +1/+1, has trample. Creatures that fight... Honestly, this is... Hang on. There we go, that's going to have to be it. Creatures that fight and deal damage equal to their power to the others. Each deal damage equal to their power to the other. Okay, goes to Werefox. Oh, okay. Shrouded Shepherd, very Wendigo vibes. Spirit World. Ah, here we go. So with the Wolds of Eldraine, they have this adventure thing. So I want to say that you can summon it, and then I believe you can pay that cost for the adventure. So, Cleave Shadows, creatures your opponent control get -1/-1 until end of turn. Then exile this card, you may cast the creature later from exile. Okay, so, right, I'm quite new to this. You either summon it and then do that. Yes, I'm guessing, if I remember correctly, and then you can bring it back from exile afterwards. When Shrouded Shepherd enters the battlefield, target creature you control gains +2/+2 until end of turn. So really, you could pop that out, do that, do the adventure, and then with that effect onto another creature, you can get a bit of another hand. Very cool art, though. I do like that. Graceful Takedown. Any number of target creature enchanted you control and up to one other target creature you control each deal damage equal to their power to target creature you don't control. Bit of a mouthful. I suppose they mean any number of enchanted creatures I control and up to one other I control each deal damage equal to their power. I know they say read the card, understand the card, but that one's going to take a little bit of understanding. Tangle Spin Lookout kind of looks similar to that one. Whenever an aura enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. Ooh, okay. I like the border for this one. Bramble Familiar. That was like a fox or a panda, maybe? Or a raccoon? Oh, it's a raccoon. There we go. Tells you right there. Fetch quest. Mill 7 cards, then put a creature, enchantment, or land card from among the milled cards onto the battlefield. Okay. Discard a card, return Bramble Familiar to its owner's hand. That's pretty good to avoid board wipes. Raging Battle Mouse. If anyone's ever seen the anime series Overlord, it reminds me of Hamsuke, the creature in the Black Forest. That oddly in the dub seems to speak like Yoda. A bit strange, but oh well. Creature Mouse. The second spell you cast each turn costs 1 less to cast. Celebration. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if 2 or more non-land permanents enter the battlefield under your control this turn, target creature you control gets +1/+1 until the end of turn. They look a bit like the Na'vi from Avatar. But that's a cool card. And, oh, okay, we got like a full art, or borderless, or whatever you want to call it. Waste Not. Enchantment. Whenever an opponent discards a creature card, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. Whenever an opponent discards a land card, add double black mana. Whenever an opponent discards a non-creature, non-land card, draw a card. Okay. Quite like that. So for a legendary creature, Charade of Numbing Depths. Merfolk Wizard. When they enter the battlefield, tap target creature an opponent controls, put stun counter on it. Whenever you tap one or more untapped creatures your opponent controls, draw a card. The ability triggers only once each turn. Okay, that's pretty good. And lastly, oh, that was our shiny. Just realised. Nice shiny card. And lastly, we have Sarulf, Realm Eater. Reminds me of Fenrir from God of War Ragnarok and the like. It's a black and green. So, whenever a permanent an opponent controls is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, put +1/+1. At the beginning of your upkeep, if Sarulf has 1 or more counters on it, you may remove all of them. If you do, exile each other non-land permanent with converted mana cost less than or equal to the number of counters removed this way. Okay, so kind of a bit of a board wipe, but takes a while to build it up. That's pretty cool though, I like that. Speaking of Magic and decks, I wonder if Sunday I will do a video of my Mirko deck and its improvements. Because at the moment, it's got some really nasty little combos that I really like, and in testing has been, well, really beneficial. I kind of themed it off of the Magnus Archives podcast and the Magnus Protocol. It's one of my favourite, shows. Free on Spotify and YouTube and all that, but Spotify's a little bit better because you get all the trailers that have clues and cryptids and all that. If you like X-Files and you like, radio show-esque podcast episodes and analog horror, but in a way feels kind of fresh and unnerving, I'd say check it out. But I did take the Mirko Obsessive Theorist deck and kind of rebuilt parts of it into like a TMA inspired entities archivists kind of feel. So I might do a little deck review of that, see how you feel with it. So if we've got it back, I'm guessing we're going to have a token where you can discover the coolest cards. collectwoe.com. Sounds a little bit like a depression website. Ooh, okay. So, a new art card. Very nice, I like that. The Lane of Abundance, 73 out of 81. So, is it a full art swamp? It's a full art swamp. That's what we like. Very cool. Very ominous. Kind of like the Smurfs meets Black Parade. Feed the Cauldron. Destroy target creature with mana value 3 or less. If it's your turn, create a food token. Okay. I do love these little excerpts and things. Kellen heard Agatha howl when he slammed into her, heard her scream as she fell into the cauldron, but couldn't afford to think about the implications just yet. Very Hansel and Gretel vibes. I like that. Oh, and lo and behold, we have the witch from the previous card, Commune with Nature. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card from among them and put them into your hand. Put the rest in the bottom of your library in any order. I do like cards like that because if you have cards that allow you to shuffle your deck, not that you should do cheating shuffle tactics, but you've got a little bit more chance of those cards coming either back near the top or around the middle, so they're not, lost to the bottom. Yeah, our witch Agatha befriended the beasts of the wilds, and under her influence they grew bolder and more savage. Some herbivores developed a taste for flesh. God, that always reminds me of the Castlevania Symphony of the Night? No. Castlevania... Oh, it was one of them. If you've ever seen the opening to it, and it's, where the iconic, monster, you don't belong in this world. And by your hand I was made flesh. And it's just the way the voice actor really puts emphasis on flesh. It was so campy, I loved it. Hollow Scavenger, oh, another wolf. It's another good boy. But what's he eating? I want to say it's pie, but I'm actually not sure. Oh god, I think that's another creature. That's a bit graphic. Bakery Raid. Create food token. And then exile the card. Sacrifice food, Hollow Scavenger gets +2 and +2. Okay. So these storybook ones don't have the excerpt because it's obviously telling the story. Oh, another wolf type thing. Leaping Ambush. Target creature gets +1/+3 and gains reach until end of turn. Untap it. That was pretty cool. Okay. Useful. Edgewall Inn as a land. And it says tapped. Choose a colour, add 1 mana of the chosen colour, sacrifice it, return target card that has an adventure from your graveyard to your hand. It's like Ye Old Kids Next Door, which probably dated myself again. Early 2000s show from Cartoon Network, and it was amazing. Funny enough, didn't actually have Sky growing up as a kid. Oh, shock horror, I know, right, in this day and age. But back then, TV was expensive as hell, and we didn't have things like Netflix. You wanted to watch anime, you had to go on YouTube, look up for someone who was lucky enough to have recorded an episode with either Spanish subtitles or something in 240 quality format, and you'd get like 5 minutes of it on early YouTube, and then you'd have to find every other subsequent video, and there's about 30 parts to watch one episode of anime online. Yeah, times have changed, huh? But yeah, very much like Kids Next Door, but like in medieval times. Oh, that'd be so cool for a D&D idea. Codename Kids Next Door, but it's D&D. Oh, that's cool. Someone do that, please. Discerning Financier. Reminds me of that one from Carl of Mana, the Pompous Gadabout, I think it's called. Human Noble. Beginning of your upkeep. If an opponent controls more lands than you, create a treasure token. Choose another player that player gains control of a target treasure you control, and you draw a card. Okay. It's not terrible, but, you know, I'm sure there's uses. 3 bowls of porridge. Look at the chimkin one. That's cool. So, artifact food. Choose one that hasn't been chosen. 3 bowls of porridge deal 2 damage to target creature. Tap target creature, or sacrifice 3 bowls of porridge and you gain 3 life. That's pretty good, actually. Good for a reserve, you know. Especially if you've got a deck that takes a lot of life resource. Wildwood Mentor. Reminds me of the Ents from Lord of the Rings. Or the Sylvaneth from Warhammer. Tree Folk. Whenever a token enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 on Wildwood Mentor. Whenever he attacks, another target attacking creature gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the power. Okay, so if you have a token heavy deck, you could basically get this guy massive. Kind of a shame it doesn't have reach though. I've seen I think it's the Ent cards from Lord of the Rings. I think they have reach. But either way, bit of a shame, but not the worst thing in the world. Don't make it too overpowered. A Regal Bunnicorn. Oh, you're cute. And stabby. Power and toughness are each equal to the number of non-land permanents you control. It's entirely peaceful as long as you don't try to pet it, pen it, take its food, take its hide, sit on its grass, or dress it up in colourful garb for human holidays. I feel like that's something that Tom Bombadil would have. Okay, ooh, another borderless. Yeah, borderless or full art. Spreading Seas. Enchantment Aura. Enchant land. When Spreading Seas enters the battlefield, draw a card. Enchanted land is an island. That's good if you're running a mono blue or a blue X something else. So for a shiny, Verdant Outrider. Can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less this turn. Okay. And then lastly for our token. It's Martin Freeman. He's on an adventure. That's cool. After an adventure resolves, you make him place exiled card here. you may cast a permanent spell from exile. Oh, so it's like a little thing where you would like put it down, say next to your exile pile, and then you would just put obviously wrong card, but you would put it there, and then you can go, okay, he's back from his adventure, guys. He's okay. That's cool. Oh. Reset before my camera gives out. Very cool. I like that. Right, on to the next pack. So, yes, one thing I do like about these sets is that each one kind of has a mechanic or kind of a gimmick with each set, which isn't terrible most of the time, because you can still utilize it with other future decks and sets and things like that. But yeah, I guess it's to keep things fresh. It's not as bad as, I will admit, Yu-Gi-Oh! Where they go, hey, here's a new way to summon. Good luck doing that with any of your old cards, because, you know, you need the new cards to do it. Which is really frustrating. So we have the big goose, le big goose, and lots of little geese. Le honk, le chonky honk. Doubling season, 71 out of 81. So a fair few art cards, to be fair. Okay, so we've got a Plains. Seen that already. Oh, it's a shiny Plains too. Nice. Ferocious Werefox, another Werefox card then. We're going to curse the Werefox, now we've got Ferocious Werefox. Guard change. Create a monster roll token attached to target creature you control. Has trample. Each night the Elves of Redtooth Keep transform into feral monstrous beasts. She looks like she's having a bit of a hard time. Okay. Besotted Knight. There's like Heartless down here, but it's not as Fireflies. So, Betroth the Beast. Create a royal roll token attached to target creature you control. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has ward 1. It's like Reverse Beauty and the Beast, isn't it, really? Oh, so that art print earlier that says know your role, I'm assuming, is similar to, is like explaining this. Okay, cool. Aquatic Alchemist. Another adventure type, bubble up. Put target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard on top of your library. Whenever you cast your first instant or sorcery spell each turn, Aquatic Alchemist gets +2/+0 until end of turn. So when it says cast later from exile, I wonder how long you have to wait until you can recast it. Because you wouldn't be able to just summon it, then do the adventure, then put it on an adventure, then bring it back when you feel like it, like immediately after. And it doesn't say that I can see anywhere of how many turns before. I don't know. I'll look it up later, I guess. Taken by Nightmares. Ooh, I like this art. Instant. Exile target creature. If you control an enchantment, scry 2. That's pretty good. Cursed Courtier. Lifelink, always useful. When Cursed Courtier enters the battlefield, create a cursed roll token attached to it. Enchanted creature is 1/1. Ooh. That's a shame. And he was doing so well too. Oh, Saga. Okay. I like these cards. Witch's Vanity. Looks like an hourglass, doesn't it? Turn 1, destroy target creature an opponent controls with mana value of 2 or less. Turn 2, create a food token. And turn 3, create a Wicked Roll token attached to target creature you control. So Wicked means... oh no, that's cursed. I'm not sure actually. Old Flitterfang. Legendary creature, rat fairy. Eating pie. What flavour is it? Pie flavoured. That's cool. I like the grotesque nature. Has flying. It's Copia. It's rats with bat wings. At the beginning of each step, if a creature died this turn, create a food token. And then sacrifice another creature or artifact. Old Flitterfang gets +2/+2 until end of turn. That's quite useful. You can just be chaining life gain through food tokens just by having him as a blocker or, you know, taking damage. Gumdrop Poisoner. Not the gumdrop buttons. Human Warlock. Tempt with treats. Instant adventure. So, oh, you can probably use that at any point. Create a food token. Fair enough. Doesn't say that you have to exile it though, so not too bad. Lifelink, and when it enters the battlefield, up to one target creature gets -X/-X until the end of turn. X amount of life you gained this turn. So that pairs up quite well with Flitterfang, because if you have him out for several turns, make food, and then before you pop this out, use up enough mana to gain life, and then just use that to combo it. That's quite... that wouldn't be too bad. If I have enough mana. Moonshaker's Cavalry. Very Nighthaunt. Spirit Knight, flying. When it enters the battlefield, creatures you control gain flying and get +X/+X till end of turn, where X is the number of creatures you control. Okay, so... ooh, hello. This is cool. A full art. Blind Obedience. Extort. Whenever you cast a spell, you may pay white or black. If you do, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain that much life. Artifacts and creatures your opponent control enter the battlefield tapped. Oh, I love that kind of artwork. Very cool. So for our shiny, Shatter the Oath. Very paladin. Destroy target creature or enchantment. Create a Wicked Roll token attached to up to 1 target creature you control. If you control another roll in it, yada yada yada. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 when its aura is put into a graveyard. Each opponent loses 1 life. Okay, so that's interesting. Aha! So with our food-themed or food-based pack, we have a food token. 2 mana and tap, sacrifice, you gain 3 life. So yeah, if you had a large mana pool, just get a few of these out. Get Old Flitterfang to boost up your food tokens, and then get that Gumdrop Poisoner to really give a bad day to your opponents. Hot new reprints of all your favourite Deckmaster cards. The Secret Lair. It does make me laugh, I will admit, that one Secret Lair had one of the apparently best, like not greatest, but better cards, and it was Discord, Lord of Chaos I think it was, and in the My Little Pony Secret Lair, and obviously wouldn't have a reprint because it's a Secret Lair exclusive, but apparently like the abilities were stupidly good, and I guess it kind of made it worth the cost. So right, let me just restart the camera and we'll do another pack. Okay, so because my camera had limited time between each recording, sometimes it's easier now just to hit pause after each pack. Okay, so we've got Mr. Muscles over here. Looks like a giant, maybe. It is Sky Beast Tracker, 27 out of 81. Okay. So we have a forest, not shiny. No, basic forest. Not so lucky this time. Vantress Transmuter. I think my friend Joel has this in one of his decks we were playing yesterday. Tap target creature, create a cursed roll. Yeah. Because I thought that was Jace, because the robes looked familiar. But it's not. Cool. Yeah, I think that's in his, not Eldrazi, but his other one. I can't remember what the theme was. Bellowing Bruiser. Got a little Red Riding Hood and looks like the Blobfish, but he, you know, went to the gym. Beat a Path. Up to 2 target creatures can't block this turn. Haste. See, this one has Exile. How strange. Ballooner's Gatekeeper. Entry denied. Return target creature you don't control with mana value 3 or less to its owner's hand. Giant Soldier. Big old snake. A beanstalk worm. Plant worm. Has reach. You may play an additional land this turn. Okay. It's quite cool. Gingerbread Hunter. Oh wow, he's got like a necklace full of heads. Giant. When he enters the battlefield, create a food token. Target creature gets -2/-2 until end of turn. Not bad. Not bad. Very food themed at the moment. Greta, Sweet Tooth Scourge. Legendary creature. Enters the battlefield, create a food token. Sacrifice a food, put +1/+1 on target creature, activate on your sorcery, sacrifice a food. Draw a card and lose a life. God, this is a really food themed. Tough Cookie. Tough Cookie enters the battlefield, creates a food token. Very food based. Target creature, non-creature artifact you control becomes a 4/4 artifact creature until end of turn. Okay. And then, like with Ginger Brute, sacrifice Tough Cookie, you get 3 life. Knight of the Sweet's Revenge. I do like the sweets and gingerbread feel. Is this so far? When it enters the battlefield, create a food token. Obviously, foods you control have tap, add green mana. Then you can sacrifice it. Creatures you control get +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of foods you control. Activate only as a sorcery. Okay. The Archon of the Wild Rose. Flying, other creatures you control that are enchanted by auras you control have base power and toughness. (4/4) and have flying. Okay. Surprising how low cost some of these are for... Ooh, another storybook art style. Compulsion. So, enchantment, discard a card, draw a card, sacrifice compulsion, draw a card. That's quite good for draw power. So I'm guessing for our shiny, we've got the end. Oh, wow. Oh, I love that shattered glass look. Oh, that is beautiful. So what does it do? This spell costs 2 less to cast, which is 2 and 2 black. If your life total is 5 or less, exile target creature or planeswalker, search its controller's graveyard, hand and library for any number of cards with the same name as the permanent and exile them. That player shuffles and draws a card for each card exiled from their hand this way. I mean, it's not bad, but if you're playing Commander, you'll very rarely have anything that has the same name. If it was maybe the same type, that wouldn't be so bad. Be a bit overpowered though. And lastly, another food token. Jello. And then another hot new reprint, except this time we've got a QR code. Okay, right, on to the next pack. So far, the Wolds of Eldraine seem to be really cool at the moment. Yeah, that's everything in that pack. Here we go, an art card. It's almost guaranteed for an art card at this rate. Someone getting impaled on jelly donut. So, stab wound, 69 out of 81. Oh, it's upside down. It's upside down. Reminds me of Adventure Time a little bit. But that's cool. Then you have a land. Is it shiny? No. No, it is not. But it's a nice art. I'll give you that. Right, we have Hamlet Glutton. Another giant. Bargain. You may sacrifice an artifact, enchantment, or token as you cast a spell. Costs 2 less to cast if it's bargain. With the 5 and 2 green. Trample. When enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life. Okay. Again, if you're very food focused, that's pretty good. Candy Apple. Instant. Bargain. Target creature gets -3/-3 until end of turn. If this spell was bargained, that creature gets -5/-5 until end of turn instead. Again, food, token, you can bargain. That's really good though. I can see the appeal as to why. Monstrosity. I can't remember if my partner's got this card or not, but it's quite cool. When it dies, create a food token. Nice. Nice. Okay, we seem to be very black card heavy today. Scream Puff. Death Touch, always like that. Whenever Scream Puff deals damage, combat damage to a player, create a food token. So, yeah, it seems we're getting a lot of food token based things around. Not a bad thing, but... Okay, we've got a legendary. Oh, we've got another Charade. Non-shiny though. Ice Wrought Sentry. Vigilance. Whenever Sentry attacks, you may pay 1 and blue. When you do, tap target creature an opponent controls. Whenever you tap an untapped creature an opponent controls, Sentry gains +2/+1 until end of turn. That's pretty cool. Pun intended. So, question for people who are listening in. I usually ask, oh, what's your favourite set and all that kind of thing, what's your favourite theme? What's your favourite playstyle? Do you like a deck that mills and you benefit from milling cards? Do you like a deck where you can bring back monsters and creatures, spells and instants? Or maybe you're someone who likes to spam a lot of tokens, lots of creatures, and use it as a defense wall or a tidal wave of attacks. What's your favourite kind of strategy with these decks? Because everyone's got a personal favourite, let's face it. Even when I play like Yu-Gi-Oh! You know, I had decks that I liked particular strategies with, so I used them more than others. Yeah. What do you think? Succumb to the cold. Tap 1 or 2 target creatures an opponent controls, put a stun counter on each of them. Okay. It's not terribly bad. Another Red Tooth Vanguard. We have the Genealogist. Trample. Whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, you must pay 2. If you do, return Red Tooth Vanguard from your graveyard to your hand. Oh, you may pay 2, sorry, there was a bit covering it. Expel the Interlopers. Choose a number between 0 and 10. Destroy all creatures with power greater than or equal to the chosen number. The thing is, though, with that, I suppose, if your opponent had really big hard hitters, it'd be very easy to say 0, and then just completely board wipe everyone. I mean, it's fun, but yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, my partner's got this card. Vampiric Rites. I think I've got this card now. So cool looking, though. I wanted to use it in a deck. Not Mirko, but maybe Bramaz, but... Sacrifice a creature, you gain 1 life and draw a card. So for a Shine Air... Shine Air... Fairy Fencing. Very nice. X black. Target creature gets -X/-X until end of turn. Creature gets an additional -3/-3 until end of turn if you control the fairies you cast this spell. Especially nasty. And lastly, Magic minigame, strictly better. For 3 to 6 players, 3 to 6 packs for 15 minutes. Which card looks the tastiest? Take turns being the judge and decide which magic card is the best of the best in each wacky category. Opens a pack and looks at their cards. Oh, right, okay. So you have a list of best castle, biggest nope, best nickname, most doomed, worst job, best album cover, worst way to die. Oh, that'd be for my friend Riley, that would. Best band name. Huh. That's kind of fun, actually. I guess it's a way of buy more packs, but if you can make a game out of it, I mean, it's, you know, something, isn't it? That might be an idea down the road. So we're down to our last 3 packs. So we'll have to see what's in it coming up. Okay, now the camera's reset. Let's get through this. So, obviously, there's a little bit of an update on how things have been going recently. Things have been not too bad. Ooh, got an art card. Oh, I like that. The duality. This reminds me of like Dragon Age art. Just going on a tangent here. Reminds me of Dragon Age art. If you've ever seen like from I guess it was in 1, but it's more prevalent, I remember, in 2 and Inquisition. And the battery's about to die. Damn it. Okay, basically, if you ever look at 2 and Inquisition, which you can do in the meantime while I go charge the battery, it's this kind of art. I love it. I love it. It's very Art Deco, like very abstract. Right, before I go any further, I'm going to go change the battery and we'll return in just a moment. So, just wait there. See you in a bit. Okay, so 2 hours later and we're back. So as I was saying, we've got ourselves an art card, very reminiscent of Dragon Age. Court of Lochthwain, 53 out of 81. Very cool. So we've got ourselves a regular swamp. Nice. Got ourselves a rat catcher trainee. Very cool. Human peasant. Pest problem. Create 2 1/1 black rat creature tokens with this creature can't block, then exile the card. As long as it's your turn, rat catcher trainee has first strike. So for a 2/1, that's actually pretty cool actually. So that'd be useful. Okay. Edgewall Pack, creature dog. So it has menace. When it enters the battlefield, create 1/1 black rat creature token with this. Where this creature can't block. Okay, so that kind of goes well with the rat catcher trainee. Another rat creature. I swear this pack's kind of going to be full of like rat creatures, which honestly is great. I love rats. Voracious Vermin. When Voracious Vermin enters the battlefield, create a token with creature can't block. Whenever another creature you control dies, put +1/+1 on Voracious Vermin. Okay, so you can go from 2/1 to pretty high if you got a lot of burn deck. Of course, rat out. Instant. Up to 1 target creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn. You create a black rat creature token with this creature can't block. Okay. Almost like a little grenade. A little rat grenade. Harried Spearguard, another rat themed card. Haste, when Spearguard dies, create a black rat creature token with this creature can't block. Red and black rat deck, maybe? So, legendary creature, we have Sir Almont, the Redeemer. When it enters the battlefield, create a monster roll token attached to another target creature you control. So, enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has trample. Enchanted creatures you control get +1/+1. So you can put it out, put the monster roll token, and then it'll get another +1/+1 on top of that. So that's pretty good. So we've got Royal Treatment. Target creature you control gains hexproof until the end of turn. Create a royal roll token attached to it. So gets +1/+1 and has Ward 1. So, is this our shiny? No. Woodland Acolyte. So, Human Cleric, Mend the Wilds. Put target permanent card from your graveyard on top of your library. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card. Okay, so I suppose when you put him in, draw a card, and then, oh no, you can play as an instant, and then when he comes in, at some point you can draw the card, so you can kind of combo it, I guess, if you find a way around it. Then we have Heartflame Duelist, another knight. I like the art of that, different swords. Heartflame Slash, deals 3 damage to any target. Instant and sorcery spells you control have lifelink. Okay, nice, not bad. Probably find a way to combo that. Knightly Valor, another really nice, pretty storybook sort of style. Enchant creature, when Knightly Valor enters the battlefield, create 2 white knight creature tokens with vigilance. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and has vigilance. So for our shiny, we've got a shiny Gingerbread Hunter. Not bad. And lastly, we have an On Adventure token. That's pretty cool. Not bad pulls. I like the rat cards. I'm a fan of I do like black, blue and red decks. Green I haven't had much work with, but it's whatever you feel best with, isn't it, really? So, we've got a token, I'm guessing, at the back. Hey, so it's Waste Not. Oh, and it's a signed version. Nice. They're quite cool. Yep, Waste Not, 70 out of 81. Very cool. So we have ourselves a regular plains. We have Gnawing Crescendo. Creatures you control get +2 until end of turn. Whenever non-token creature you control dies this turn, create a black rat creature. Now this makes me want to do a red-black rat deck. A Warehouse Tabby. All the rats behind it. He's in for a nasty surprise. Whenever an enchantment you control is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, create a black rat creature token with this creature can't block. 1 and black, Warehouse Tabby gains Death Touch until end of turn. For every rat she kills, 10 more take its place. Okay, so we had quite a food theme with some of the packs, and now we've got a rat theme. Wicked Visitor, Nightmare. Whenever an enchantment you control is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, each opponent loses 1 life. So that'd be useful with Warehouse Tabby. With whenever an enchantment you control is put into the graveyard, create a black rat token, and then whenever an enchantment you control is into the graveyard, each opponent loses 1 life. So that'd be a pretty good combo together. Hopeless Nightmare. So when Hopeless Nightmare enters the battlefield, each opponent discards a card and loses 2 life. When Hopeless Nightmare is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, scry 2. And you can just sacrifice it, which will kick in its secondary effect. Nice, nice, not bad. Not bad at all. Glass Casket. When it enters the battlefield, exile target creature an opponent controls, mana value 3 or less, until this card leaves the battlefield. Eerie Interference. So prevent all damage that would be dealt to you and creatures you control this turn by creatures. Okay, nice. So basically just block. We've got Ashiok's Reaper. I like that design, that's very cool. The Nightmares are cool. Whenever an enchantment you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, draw a card, so again you can pair that with the others. Okay, oh hello. The Goose Mother, Lechonkegos. A Bird Hydra. I think it's the collector's version of this that's really expensive, but I'm not sure. Flying, Goose Mother enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 on it. Create half X food tokens rounded up. Tax, you may sacrifice a food if you do draw a card. Okay, cool. So again, another good mana depletion. So Fairy Book 1 is another compulsion. Shiny is... oh, okay, we've got another one. It's not shiny, I don't think. But we've got another art book, which is another Knightly Valor. Okay, guess we're kind of lucky on the pulls. Our shiny is Slumbering Keepguard. Whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, scry 1. Then 2 in white. Keepguard gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each enchantment you control. And lastly, an elemental token. which looks like that frozen sentry. Very cool. Right, we'll do our last pack and just reset the camera, and jobs are good. Okay, and we're back for the final pack. So here's hoping we get some good pulls. So far, I can see why Wolds of Eldraine is a favourite, not just for the abilities of cards. Okay, no token this time. Not just the ability of cards, but the artwork and the synergy you can use in other decks as well as just Wolds of Eldraine. So we've got this rather eerie looking bloke. Cool. Look kind of like similar to the Evil Queen. So, Spiteful Hex Mage, 15 out of 81. Very creepy. So, oh, we got a Shiny Swamp. Nice. Really works with the Will-o'-the-Wisp type. I like that. We've got Kellen's Lightblades. Bargain. Deals 3 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. If this spell was bargained, destroy that creature instead. So really, you want artifact, enchantment or token based decks, which Eldraine seems to pack a lot of support into for bargain, which is useful. So we've got Crystal Grotto. And Battlefield scry 1, add a colourless or add 1 mana of any colour. But to be honest, if you're doing that and that, unless you've got maybe a colourless mana card, it's not really much point in doing that effect with a mana unless you've got spare mana of the wrong colour that you want to just use up. Plunge into Winter. Tap up to 1 target creature, scry 1, then draw a card. Okay. So maybe this is more Merfolk themed. Merfolk Coralsmith gets +1/-1 until end of turn. And when Merfolk Coralsmith dies, scry 2. So this would be quite good with the Murders at Karlov Manor Merfolk, like the Detective deck, I believe. That has a lot of scrying, which then plays more effects, which then plays more effects, which then you get the gist. Belligerent of the Ball, Ogre Warrior, Celebration. So at the beginning of combat on your turn, 2 or more long-man permanents enter the battlefield under your control this turn. Target creature you control gains +1 and gains Menace until end of turn. Not bad. We've got Ash Party Crasher. Not to be confused with Ash Williams. I think they did do an Evil Dead Secret Lair or something like that, which I really saw that I couldn't. I didn't find out until now because the cards are very expensive, but it would be really cool to get the Evil Dead ones. So, legendary creature has haste, and their celebration is whenever Party Crasher attacks, if 2 or more non-land permanents enter the battlefield under your control, put +1/+1 on Ash. Someone clearly having a debaucherous good time. Stroke of Midnight, again, following on from Ash. So, I was going to say either they look like they've been beheaded, or no, they've left their helm, they're running off. It's quite cool how the cards do actually seem to play to each other. Destroy target non-land permanent. Its controller creates a 1/1 white human creature token. Provisions Merchant. Reminds me of the what was it called? Bounden? It was a Pixar short with the Incredibles DVD. It's like a jackalope type character. It reminds me of that. When Provisions Merchant enters the battlefield, create food token. Whenever he attacks, you may sacrifice a food. If you do, attacking creatures get +1/+1 and gain trample. Again, good for green decks because they're all about that trample. So you have Twining Twins, fairies. So, Swift Spiral. Exile target non-token creature, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next step. Flying and Vigilance with Ward 1. Not a bad cost for that ability, to be fair. So we have another Spreading Seas. Always good. Our shiny is Intrepid Truffled Snout. Go Hog Wild. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Whenever Truffle Snout attacks alone, create a food token. And lastly, oh, this is different. What kind of card's this? Initiate of Blood, Ogre Shaman. Deals 1 damage to target creature that was dealt damage this turn. When that creature is put into a graveyard this turn, flip Initiate of Blood. So, oh, you play it like that. You do that, and then when you flip it over, oh, and it becomes this guy, Goka the Unjust. Deals 4 damage to target creature that was dealt damage this turn. Oof. Oh, that's clever. Different. Don't see that often. Neat. Well, that do be the cards. So, there we go. So, I think we've had a pretty successful haul, to be honest. Always worth the money to get the bundle boxes. Again, really cool. And shiny little... Come on, spin down counter. Yeah, so it's been a really nice time having all these cards opening up. Another, let's say, successful episode of Chillout Cards. So if you've enjoyed this video, well, that's good. Hope you have enjoyed it for whatever reason, sleep aid or just a bit of background noise. Sorry it's a bit of a shorter video, I suppose. Not as much to open as my previous ones, but maybe I might get some more Wolds of Eldraine if I can get my hands on some more packs and the like. I've really enjoyed these, they're really cool. And yeah, hopefully at some point, there we go, hopefully at some point we'll have another video of opening stuff to see what's inside. So for now, I hope you have a fantastic week, month, year, whatever you want to put it, and until next time, which will be whenever that will be. So thanks for joining me with the Wolds of Eldraine bundle, and yeah, see you later.